Hey G Squad, welcome back to sort of Is It Worth It? Today's episode we got this cool thing here, and basically what this is a brand new video doorbell from the eufy security brand. For this one in particular, they call it the video doorbell E340, and it is a slightly different design and a little bit better design or like better technology on here compared to the previous version that's similar to this one right here. So pretty much what this is a 2-in-1 battery or wired power video doorbell that's in use that has dual camera, one for the front and one for the bottom, so that we can see the actual person and also see any deliveries that's on the ground. They mentioned how it does have multi-dimensional protection, 2K video quality, 8GB of liquid storage on here, and it does have color night vision. And it has a pre-roll recording option and a quick release battery pack that you can take out really easily, that I believe the previous version did not have from what I remember. If you guys turn inside right here, they do provide guys some of the specs and features that's on the app. And if you guys turn the back part right here, they do provide guys some of the specs that's on the product. So I mentioned dual video cameras, 2K video quality, color night vision that the previous one did not have. You do have the option to use the battery or wired option. And obviously it does have the two-way audio option, motion detection, package detection, and the face recognition option as well. And because for this product allow you guys to connect it onto Alexa and Google Assistant, you do have the option to use those smart control on there as well, not just the app. But this is what the package looks like when you guys do get it. Let me actually open up and show you guys what the product looks like and how to use it. So once you guys do open up, inside right here, we do have the actual product. If you guys do take it out, in the bottom right here, there's some more stuff. So in the bottom right here, I believe this one right here should be like the user manual. So they do provide guys like the user manual and probably like a sticker for you guys to stick. That way people know that you guys are protected using eufy security products. So that's the first thing here. In the very bottom underneath that, they do provide you guys more accessory that's in use. So they do give you guys the plate for you guys to mount it onto the wall when you guys do set it up. So here's this side and here is the other side. Next up right here, they do provide you guys the screws for you guys to screw it on. Right here, they do provide guys a USB to USB-C cable that's in use to power on the device or even recharge it. Right here, they do provide guys another mounting plate for you guys to mount it on the wall. So this one is a slightly tilted design, so that was an angle at a certain position if you guys want to. Right here, they do provide guys one accessory that's in use to use for like the reset button or something. And the last thing inside right here, they do provide guys like the jumper for the original Chime option. And this one's the other option if you guys want to use the hardwire option. And that's pretty much everything that's inside. So it's very nice how they do give us the option to use the battery option or even like the hardwire option based on your own preference. For me personally, I prefer using the battery option because that way I don't have to worry about hardwiring it, even though hardwiring is probably better. That way I don't have to keep recharging it. If you guys do use the battery option, you do have to plug in a cable to recharge it once in a while. So keep that in mind. But that's pretty much everything inside the box. The very last thing inside is the actual camera right here or the video doorbell. So if your first time using the product, you do want to remove the film right here in front. Once you guys do remove it, this is what the product looks like. So the front part right here, we do have the first lens or the camera lens. And the bottom part right here, we do have the other one. So once you guys do press it, it will turn on the Chime that's connected on the app. Or if you guys want to use a Chime that's purchased separately, you do have the option available as well. And it does look like this one might have like a spotlight option on here because if you guys look at the top part right here, but I'm not 100% sure. So we'll test it out in a second when we do connect it. But I do have the microphone on here for you guys to use as a two-way audio option to communicate with the other person on the other end. And the bottom part right here, they do have the speaker. And the middle part right here, we do have the brand name eufy security. And then right here in the back is where you guys can do the hardwire option if you guys want to, or you can use the battery option right here. So like I mentioned, for the battery option on here, you do have the option to take this out very easily. So once you guys take out the battery on here, you guys can feel free to recharge it very easily when you guys need to. And right next to the hardwire option, they do have a sync button for you to press for you guys to sync it together. Obviously, if you guys use the hardwire option, you don't have to worry about recharging it. And you probably don't need the battery on here to actually put it on. But for the battery on here, if you guys purchase a bunch of them, you guys can feel free to just change the battery on here and don't have to recharge it directly on here, which is pretty convenient. But if you guys do open up the back part right here, that is where you can plug in cable to recharge it, which is USB-C. So what I'm gonna do right now is put it back on first. That way you can plug it in to show you guys how the battery option works when you guys charge it. So once you guys put it in, this is what it looks like. And where my hand is right here, we do have the QR code for you to scan. But for right now, what I'm gonna do is plug in cable first to show you guys how to charge it. So once you guys plug it in the back, it should start charging it, but won't show you guys on here. So I guess the way for you guys to know when it's charging or not is by looking at the app. So one right now connect it on the app first. So once you guys download the app, you should get this page right here. So you guys want to select the device that I do have. So in this case, we want to use the video doorbell right here. and you guys want to find the device that you have. So in this case right here, it should be the battery power option here. So once you guys tap that, it'll tell you guys to scan the QR code in the back. Once you guys scan the QR code in the back, it'll tell you guys connect it onto the Wi-Fi. And now it'll tell you guys to press the sync button in the back. Once you guys hear the beep, click on next, and it'll tell you guys how to generate a QR code for you to scan using the camera lens.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
All right. So now it's connecting on the Wi-Fi. So it might take a few seconds to kind of load up. But pretty much once you guys got it all connected, you want to make sure to update all the firmware on here to the latest update.
Setup was successful.
That way you guys do have the latest firmware on here when you guys do that. But let me see how it's all done. So you guys click on next, and feel free to rename the device if you guys want to. I'll just name it Video Doorbell for now. So let me see how once we do rename it, it tells you guys to update the firmware on here. So I'm gonna do that first. Very important for you guys to get the latest firmware on here to make sure it's up to date. That way you don't have to worry about any bug issues on the product. So they mentioned how it'll probably take around 3 minutes. So I'm gonna let that finish first and we'll come back and give it a try. All right, so the update is done. So I'm gonna click on next. It will show you guys how to set it up if you guys were to use the wired option. So I'll use no for now because I don't want to use any wiring option. So they will show you guys the step in terms of how to set it up. So here's some more information if you guys need it. But I'll skip all of that for now because we're not just setting up for now. Next up right here, they give you guys the option to change the notification on here. But I'll just use whatever they recommend on top. And give you guys the option to set the motion detection option on here. So feel free to use either one. I'll just use the balanced motion detection option. And they give you guys the option to turn on the audio or turn it off. Obviously we'll turn it on for now because we are testing out. There's the delivery guard option on here, similar to the previous version. And you do have the option to add similar faces on here when you guys do that. That way it will recognize the face whenever it walks by the door or the video doorbell. There's also a daily entrance review option on here when you guys do set it up. And you do have the option to share the device with your families or friends. We'll skip it for now. So once you guys got it all set up, this is what the app looks like. So you can see how I should give you guys a pretty good coverage on here when you guys use it. Currently I'm using it right here. So the top part right here is facing upward and the bottom part right here is facing towards me. So that is why you can see my face in the bottom part right here. And the top part you guys cannot see my face. But if I do kind of move up on here, you can probably see my face on top, which is pretty cool. But notice how when I do put it on table on here, you guys can still see the bottom part because of the other camera lens that's on the bottom. But it does turn on like this night vision option on here. But when you guys do look at the bottom part right here, they do have different options available. There's a record option, there's a screenshot option, there's a recording option to talk to the other side. But I won't do that for now because of the feedback that's on the product. There's a reply option for you guys to use. So feel free to use the quick respond option if you guys want to respond to the other person on the other end. They do have the option for you guys to mute the sound. And they do have a spotlight option. So what I saw earlier is probably the spotlight option on top. So if I do turn it on, let's see what it actually looks like. So let's turn it on. So for this one, actually give you guys a spotlight on the bottom and also on the top. That way when you guys are using it in a dark setting, especially at nighttime, it will work really well. So that's actually very cool. For the previous version, they only have like the dual camera option, but they do not have the spotlight option for the top and bottom, which is a lot more convenient. I feel like if they had one in the front, that'd be very convenient because I don't understand the point of shooting up. Because if you guys shoot up, it kind of brightens out the top part, but you guys don't really see what's in front. So this part kind of helps, but probably not enough. I'm sure they did a bunch of testing on here to see how to actually use the light. So that way it will not block your video quality when you guys do use that. But we'll give it a try in a second when we do turn off the light. So I'll turn off the spotlight for now. And in the top right corner right here, if you guys press on this button here, you do have the option to go to the setting page for you guys to adjust the different setting on here. So there's motion detection option, power manager option, delivery guard, firmware faces, response setting, indoor chime if you guys want to use that option. You do have the option to use the option on here. So whether if you guys want to use the home base as a chime, or if you guys want to use the actual doorbell as a chime, or the assistant doorbell that you guys can purchase yourself, or if you guys want to use Alexa on here, feel free to do that option on here. And if you guys go to the video setting option on here, you do have the option to turn on and turn off the watermark option. You do have the option to change the view. So there's like a privacy zone option, and you do have the option to split view, or if you guys want to use picture in picture, you do have the option to use that different option on here. Split view is more common because people can see from top and bottom and like a full on point of view when you guys do use that. And if you guys press on video quality, you do have these different options available as well. And in terms of night vision option on here, there's like different options available. There's like the flare night vision, there's like the optimal battery night vision, and there's a color night vision. So I'm gonna test out the optimal battery option and we'll test out the color option in a second. And then for the audio setting on here, feel free to adjust it if you guys want to be louder or softer when you guys use it. And we'll test it out in a second as well to show you guys what it actually sounds like when we do use it. And obviously for the device, if you guys want to share it with your family or friend to give access to them, you do have the option available as well. So that's a little bit about the product. What I'm going to do right now is to test out the video quality on here when you guys do use it. So I'm going to press the record button to show you guys what it looks like when you guys use it right here with and without the light on. Alright, so I'm going to keep it at this position right here. That way it doesn't show too much of what you guys don't want to see. Only like the top part in my face. So I'm going to press record here. And pretty much what you guys are seeing right here, and also what you guys are listening to now, is the audio that's coming from the actual device. You can see this is what the audio sounds like and what the video quality looks like in a bright setting. What I'm doing right now is to turn off all the light and show you guys what the difference looks like with and without the night vision option on here. Alright, so I still have some light on. Let me press the record button and try to use the night vision option on here to see how it does work. Alright, so now is what it actually looks like when you guys use it on here. So let's turn off all the light and see what happens. So this is what it actually looks like when you guys do turn it on. You can see how the light turns on right here. And that really helps with the night vision option when you guys do use it. And this is the optimal battery option. So what I'm doing right now is change it to like the color night vision option and see what it sounds like with that one. And also what it actually looks like with that one when we do use it. So before we turn it on, I do want to show you guys how you do have the option to change the color temperature on here when you guys use the color night vision option, which will activate the light on both sides when you guys use it. So then I'll just do white and I'll use the brightness as 100%. So now let's give it a try again and see what happens when we do use it now. So let's press the record button. And now let's turn off all the light. So that pretty much just kicks in the light on the top part and also on the bottom part right here. And if you guys can see how the image quality on here looks a lot better once we do that. So it'll still give you guys a little bit of that black and white color on the image or the video quality on here, but it's very clear and much clearer than the black and white option when you guys use that. You can see this is what the image quality looks like when you guys use it on here. Alright, so that is pretty much what the image quality looks like when you guys do use it. So when you guys turn on like the flare night vision option on here, it will turn on the spotlight that's on the bottom and also the top. That way it makes it a lot clearer and also give you guys that color night vision that they mentioned. So very easy and very simple to use the product you can see. And every time when I do move my motion on here, it will show you guys a notification to show you guys that's one spotted when you guys do use it, especially for like the human detection option. And then turn to the chime option on here if you guys do press on it one time. There's the chime there, and it will give you guys a notification on the actual app. So I'm actually do one more time, but this time we show you guys on here what it actually looks like. You can see right there on top how it does give you guys a notification that someone's at your door. And this is pretty much what the screen looks like when you guys use it. So definitely give you guys a pretty good coverage when you guys use it for the top part and also the bottom part when you guys do get deliveries. So that's pretty much everything that's on the product. The last test that I want to do right here is to show you guys what the audio sounds like when you guys use a speaker for the two-way audio. So I'm going to put the video doorbell right here and show you guys what it sounds like when we do use it. Alright, so I'm going to leave the video doorbell right there. And I'm going to put my microphone here so that we can hear what it sounds like for the speaker that's on here. And we'll walk to another room to use the audio so that way it doesn't get any feedback when we do use it. Alright, so here this is what the audio sounds like when you guys do use it, especially when I have to walk away. If I can hear this what it sounds like. But the audio on here is very clear so that we can hear the other person on the other end. You guys can use it, see? And suppose I walk towards the actual camera, that will give you guys feedback, that's why I want to walk away. That way there's no feedback. So that is pretty much what the audio sounds like on here when you guys use it. So the speaker on here is very clear in terms of what you guys do get if it's in here. And if you guys notice on the app right here, they do have the option for you guys to turn it on and turn it off. So feel free to turn it off when you guys are not using it. Alright, so I'm going to see how when you guys do test out the product on here, everything on here definitely works really well. I do have to say that it's a pretty nice upgrade from the previous version because it does add the spotlight option on here. That way you can get a better view, especially in the dark setting, because maybe if the normal and flare night vision option is not clear enough. When you guys use the spotlight option on here, it'll make it a little bit more clearer, especially in a darker setting. That way, in a way, you guys also get like a night vision option or like a night light option in dark setting at nighttime when someone does ring the doorbell at a later time. But that is pretty much everything that's on the product. Now that I show you guys what the product looks like and how it does work, now to answer the question of whether or not it's worth it on. So for this product, I do have to say that it's pretty worth it if you guys want to need one of these, especially if you guys are in the market looking for a high quality video doorbell that works as a smart video doorbell that can control on the app, or even using Alexa or Google Assistant that give you guys like the built-in dual camera option, the spotlight option on the top and the bottom, and so much more, then do I have to say that it's pretty worth it. But then obviously for those of you guys who don't want or don't need one or having one of these, obviously don't buy one and save them on something else actually do need. So that's basically everything for this video itself. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button in the bottom. That will definitely help this video out, and it'll definitely help with the algorithm as well to promote more videos for you guys so you guys can see more of the videos or similar videos as well. But as always, make sure to stay positive, be you, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Is It Worth It? Peace.